So can I look over to see who's on the screen? All right, birds!
Uroy died on February 17th, 2021 at a hospital in Kingston. He was 78 years old and suffered from diabetes, hypertension, and problems with his kidneys prior to his death. And he had been undergoing surgery at that hospital when he passed. Before we begin the video, I'd just like to say our condolences from Mr. and Mrs. Gold to Marcia Smickle, who was his partner, and to Uroy's family and friends who are going to miss him. So, he played a big role in my life as a dancer and my husband as a lover of reggae culture. Mr. Gold loves watching his Rastafarian videos and his reggae videos. So, he was a very special individual to us as well. Uroy. Ewart Beckford O.D., born September 21st, 1942, and died on February 17, 2021, sleep in peace, was known by the stage name as Uroy. He was a Jamaican vocalist and pioneer of toasting. Uroy is noted for a melodic style of toasting applied with a highly developed sense of timing. Uroy was born in Jonestown, St. Andrew Parish, Kingston, Jamaica. He was raised with a religious and musical family. His mother was an organist for a choir at a local Seventh-day Adventist church, and he originated from a younger member of his family who found it difficult to pronounce his name. Beckford attended Denham Town High School in Kingston. As a young man, Beckford listened to the music of Louis Prima, James Brown, Ruth Brown, Fats Domino, Rufus Thomas, Smiley Lewis, and was especially influenced by the vocal phrasing of Louis Jordan. He started his professional career as a DJ in 1961 on Dickie Wong's sound system. Beckford's first single, Dynamic Fashion Way, in 1969 was a Keith Hudson production. It was followed by the Lee Scratch Perry production, Earth's Rightful Ruler, with Peter Tosh. In 1970, Jamaican singer John Holt, lead vocalist of the Peregrines. He started his professional career as a DJ in 1961 on Dickie Wong's sound system. Beckford's first single, Dynamic Fashion Way, in 1969 was a Keith Hudson production. It was followed by the Lee Scratch Perry production, Earth's Rightful Ruler, with Peter Tosh. Beckford's album Dread in Babylon was released in the US, Europe, and Jamaica by Virgin Records in 1975. The album achieved significant sales in the UK, which is due in part of the ongoing expansion of the Virgin label and stores. The track Runaway Girl from the album was released as a single in Europe that same year. He started his own sound system in 1978, which he named Sturgarv. After his sons, the sound system would launch the careers of younger generation of toasters and singers, including Ranking Joe, Just Screw, Charlie Chaplin, and Josie Wales. The pop group Blondie had a worldwide hit with the reggae track The Tide Is High in 1980, which promoted Virgin to re-release the original track from the 1967 and 1971 uroy version as a single that same year. His album Pray for the Dead People was released in 2012. Let's hear Blondie's Tide Is High.
I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh no, I'm not the kind of man who gives up just like that. No, me bad, but it's the way you do the things you do to me.
So the wind blows, and so the tide gets higher and higher. God bless the soul, brothers and sisters.
Uroy was featured on the album True Love by Toots and the Maytals, which won the Grammy Award in 2004 for Best Reggae Album and showcased many notable musicians, including Willie Nelson, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Gwen Stefani, No Doubt, Ben Harper, The Roots, Keith Richards, Toots Hibbert, Paul Douglas, Jackie Jackson, and Ken Booth. Now for the younger viewers, you might be saying, I don't know this guy, I don't recognize these songs, not even my parents played it. But he was very influential in a lot of modern artists' music. So I'm going to highlight some of the samples right here that he was a part of, and I'll play some music that were sampling some of Uroy's sounds that you might recognize.
Beat the sound and tell the people about the musical dish coming your way.
Wake the town and tell the people. New Alicia Keys coming your way.
Locks and keys. Yo, I got Molly alongside Alicia Keys.
To you, my people, no goodbyes.
Beat the sound and tell the people about the musical dish coming your way.
oh no, no. You don't love me, and I. Here's one thing people cannot understand. I love to be.
In closing, Beckford was the first toaster to popularize the form through a series of successful release of the Duke Reed label, gaining a wider audience for toasting. This approach of production and the remixing of previously recorded tracks with a new vocal influenced early hip-hop pioneers. So, I definitely encourage younger generation, do some more research, check it out. I hope you learned something today in regards to this legend and why he was so special to many people, and how come so many people were crying and hurt when they heard he passed. Even if you never grew up with his music, you still will hear his music today. If you go to parties, clubs, definitely, especially Caribbean clubs, you will hear his music. If you go to clubs that even play a mixture of music and have the reggae set, you will hear his music, because you'll definitely hear that No, 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 or you will hear Blondie playing at a regular club. So his influence to the whole genre of hip hop and dancehall came from this man. And this is why people cried. This is why people were sad. And I hope I was able to help you learn something about him. And for those who's never heard about him before because they come from a different culture, I hope you enjoyed hearing what you heard from him and the influence he has on music. So bless up and thank you for watching Mr. and Mrs. Gold's YouTube channel, M&MG. I'm Mrs. Gold.
Crowning that he so rightly deserves. The man that we know as DJ Uroy! And come on, Dara, introduce the music. Do you hear what the man say, baby? Yeah. Look, you understand? So really,
subscribe, hit the notification bell to be updated with new videos, share and like. Thanks.